let's be honest, from slave patrols to Reconstruction, from Reconstruction to Jim Crow, from Jim Crow to the Civil Rights era, from the Civil Rights era to
white flight.
What has really changed about policing except we enforce slave codes with a smile? We give platitudes like community policing, which there's not a damn cop in America that can really define what community policing is.
I'll tell you what community policing is. It's called a beat cop.
It's a beat cop.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And that is
disappeared with the car.
That's the intent of policing. If you go back to Sir Robert Peel and the 9 Peelian principles for policing, which says basically the people are the police and the police are the people. The only difference is police get paid to do what the citizen is supposed to do anyway. But we've migrated to this system of law enforcement and policing, and there are two different ways that policing is done in America. Legally, I can go on Mac and Bewick, and because it's a, for those...
We always talk about Mac and Bewick on this show.
It's always Mac and Bewick. Okay, Linwood and Philadelphia. We can do it on the west side. Linwood, Philadelphia, Mac and Bewick, Brightmoor. And because of the geography, because of the demography, because of the crime stats, I can legally go in those neighborhoods and stop anybody for any damn thing I want because I can articulate it as a high crime area. And the Supreme Court has affirmed...
Is that true?
My ability to do that, absolutely.
So just known to be a high crime area.
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
I can pull Charlie LeDuff over and say, you over there buying dope, aren't you? Because you're a white guy that don't fit in this. See, it works both ways. You're a white guy, and you don't fit in this neighborhood. But it inures horribly towards the treatment of black and brown people. So you cannot use that same standard in Grosse Pointe. You cannot use that same standard in Royal Oak. You can't use that same standard in Ferndale.
So then what do they use? You said there's a second prong. I think I guessed
second prong.
So what do they use over 8 Mile or over Alter Road? What is the police trick on that one?
So the police trick on that is if I look at the Michigan Vehicle Code, I can stop any black person I want to in a car. And there's something in that Michigan Vehicle Code, I guarantee you I can find that they've transgressed. So what I've done is now I've supported the pretext for my stop.
Let's do the pretext. And you're talking about broken taillight.
Broken taillight.
Expired tabs.
Expired tabs.
Something hanging from your rearview mirror.
Hanging air freshener from your mirror.
Really?
Yeah, really. Now, if I do that on Mac and Bewick, okay, I'm starting now. I'm working backwards. Because there are some things I can presuppose, and just based on demographics, just based on socioeconomics, I can pretty much tell you who doesn't have car insurance. So now I got a misdemeanor. I can tell you pretty much who their car isn't registered.
The rolling stop.
The rolling stop through the stop sign. You know, just those things.
Why are you stopping? Like, why are they doing that in Detroit? Is it looking for guns?
They're looking for guns, looking for dope. So now, and see, this is the dirty little secret, Charlie. Traffic enforcement in its inception was supposed to be for education and correction. We figured out as cops how to get into people's cars, into their trunks, because number one, reasonable suspicion can get us inside the car. Officer safety, Terry stop, pat down and frisk. Now that's extended to the interior of the vehicle. So I can now articulate all these things. So the unfettered discretion that police officers can use to decide who they want to stop and decide how they want to take a civil infraction and use that civil infraction to go backwards.
To cascade.
To cascade.
Now, let me ask you this. You say something really strong here, that institutionally, it needs to be torn down.
It needs to be torn down.
Okay, so what's really going on under the badge? Why...
So let me give you.
What's the hard on to arrest?
Let me give you a couple of reasons
people
why.
And put them in jail. Why?
Well, number one, easy targets because of implicit bias, racism, perceptions in the media. But let me take it. It's not even that deep. We have to change the compensation system for law enforcement. So, Charlie,
say it again.
We have to change the compensation system for law enforcement. So if I'm behind on my bills, I write enough tickets, I'm going to court. If I go to court, that's extra pay. If I get extra pay, I can pay those bills if I'm living beyond my means. You cannot have a profit motive tied to enforcement, number one. Then number two, you look at Ferguson. When the DOJ went in, they found out that the courts were being funded off of the back of those that could least afford it, which are black and brown people in impoverished areas. So that is not unique to Ferguson. They just did the deep dive in Ferguson.
Is that done in Detroit?
That's done in Detroit. Civil asset forfeiture.
As far up to when you left.
Oh no, it was done when I was there.
Right.
That's the systems, and that's
you never stopped.
So you bring up
wait, you never stopped.
Never stopped it. And let me show you. You couldn't. So let me.
You wanted to stop it, and you
wanted to stop it, but couldn't. And this is the reason why the system has to be completely torn down and built up from scratch.